Alrighty, Umberto Lenzi's Ghosthouse from 1988, also known as La Casa 3 Ghost House. Now, for those who don't know, there's an unofficial La Casa franchise that was marketed in Italy. It started with La Casa, which was The Evil Dead by Sam Raimi. Same with Evil Dead 2, they called it La Casa 2. Then they just started throwing any type of, haunted house movie or anything that has any similar elements to the Evil Dead franchise as La Casa sequels, even though they're not sequels. So this one was the first of those unofficial sequels, La Casa 3, Ghost House. Then there was a La Casa 4, Witchery, which I've never seen. The fifth one, La Casa 5, is Beyond Darkness by Claudio Fragasso, which is not a great movie. And then it gets very confusing because then La Casa 6 and 7 are House 2, Second Story, and House 3. So you got this whole fake La Casa franchise just built around marketing. So how is this movie? It's late stage Lenzi. I think a movie or two after this was his last horror movie. So this is near the end of him making horror films. And it's not great at all. But it is fun, like a Poltergeist ripoff. But it plays out more like a supernatural slasher film. Because you basically have a bunch of young adults, whatever they are. They're a lot older. Two of them, Paul and his girlfriend Martha, who I forget the actress's name, but she was in Tenebrae. Paul works with computers and radios, and he picks up a weird frequency, hearing a man screaming for help before what sounds like him being killed, and then a woman screaming for help. So they pinpoint where it's coming from. They get to this abandoned house, which we find out 20 years before that, which is what opens the movie. There was a family living there, husband and wife and their daughter Henrietta. Obviously Henrietta is in Evil Dead 2, but I don't think that had anything to do with this here. I don't think it's an homage. And Henrietta also has a creepy ass clown doll. That was hard to say. That looks just like the doll from Poltergeist. I mean, it looks identical. So they all ended up being murdered in that house 20 years before the events of this movie. And then Paul, Martha show up to the house to investigate. And they run into 4 more people that are there. A brother and his 2 sisters and the brother's girlfriend, something like that. The characters are so one-dimensional. The dubbing is particularly bad in this movie. It's not dreadful, but it's bad. The dialogue, too, very corny. This is a very corny, schlocky, late 80s Italian horror movie. And as they all investigate the house, supernatural stuff starts happening. They start seeing the ghost of Henrietta, and people start getting killed one by one. It's nothing great. It's nowhere near the top of Lenzi's filmography at all. But it is entertaining. You can laugh. It's one of those not so bad it's good, because it isn't so bad. It's not terrible. But almost. I mean, basically, I think Riff Tracks covered this movie once and just, ripped it to shreds like they always do. And this is the type of movie that you could easily do that with, which makes it a lot of fun. The gore and the effects work, it's not too heavy in this, because by the late 80s here, the Italian horror kind of started toning down the extreme violence in most cases. So you do get some good kills and effects, but nothing to write home about. The score is very good. It fits. And the clown doll has this, creepy song that it sings. It's effective at first, but after, a half hour, and you've heard it a few times already, because it's only the same 2 sentences said over and over again. And they're not even like long sentences. It's like, are you up? Are you there? Are you there? Are you up? Are you there? And it repeats that over and over again for little, slices of time throughout the movie. It works at first, but it starts to sound like a parrot, just repeating the same shit over and over again. It's fun. Check it out if it sounds like something that you might be able to enjoy, despite all the bad dialogue, the bad acting. There's this creepy caretaker who's like a red herring in the movie and has some weird scenes and creepy scenes at times. I recognize him from a few things. He was in Joe Diamato's Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals. Oh, what else was he in? It's not too important. A few other things. Zombie Holocaust, and one of the other girls, Susan, was in Stage Fright by Michele Soavi. So you got some familiar faces, but nowhere near a great Lenzi movie. So, have you seen Ghosthouse or La Casa 3? If you haven't, it's on, I think, Midnight Pulp or Shudder, some extension on Amazon Prime. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.